should be a little button somewhere. Okay. All right. So really this call, first of all, I just want to say thanks guys for having on the call. I know it's 8:30. I know that's my bedtime coming up soon, but I really wanted to make it, so that everyone could, at least some of us could hop on live and just to ask questions as we go. But this is just a call to kind of get you guys started right. I'm going to be going through a quick presentation, but just know that we're going to be breaking this down over the course of the entire week. But I'm just kind of giving it to you all in one big chunk tonight, but just know we're going to be kind of breaking stuff down as we go.
Okay.
So the first thing is to check the pinned post daily. So every day there's going to be a post at 5 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. And so you'll know, if you're an early riser or, maybe you can't check the post right away, it's going to be pinned to the top at some point. It won't be pinned right away. So you'll notice the post will be at 5, and then I will manually go in and pin it. So that way, the reason it's pinned is because, as you guys probably know from Facebook and stuff, when people are posting it, stuff gets lost in the feed. And so when it's pinned, that way you can easily see the post of the day. Okay. All right. So be a positive presence. So this is probably one of my favorite things I do as a coach, is just running these accountability groups for women, because it's so encouraging, and it's really just to be a positive presence, and you get what you give. So, I found that, the people that are participating and that are really encouraging and engaging to other people. Hey, Elena. I don't know if you can hear us. So is really that you get what you give. So the people that are posting and commenting and encouraging each other, that are really invested, it's you get that back, right? And that's with everything, right? Be positive and honest. It's a place to share. This is a place to share your struggles and celebrations, a place to offer some encouragement. So you can share struggles and remain positive, right? So I'm going to mute. Guys. 1 second. Oh, sorry. I stopped the share. Just give me 1 second. Hey, Elena.
Hi.
Okay. I got to figure out how to. Just that way, if there's stuff going on in the background. Okay. And then, oops. Okay. Sorry, guys. Bear with me 1 second here. Okay. So basically, I really want this group to be a positive place where, if someone brings in a dozen donuts to the office, you're like, oh my God, you can post to our group, someone stat me now, there's donuts in the office, or it can just really be a place to oh my God, I had seriously the crappiest day ever, and I ate all the donuts. I ate all of them. I didn't have one. I had 12. This is a place where you can really just be vulnerable and share what you're dealing with. But it's also, I want to keep it positive too. But so just kind of keep it positive, but you can still be oh my God, help me, the donuts. Okay. Obviously I'm craving donuts or something keeps popping up for me. Okay. So next. Okay, so personal development. This is probably the most important thing in any kind of health or fitness journey, is some kind of personal development. And what I mean by that is it can be reading a book or a podcast, something that fills your cup, something that helps you stay motivated, right? So at least 10 minutes a day or an hour per week. So some people just like to read for an hour on a Saturday morning, or some people like to listen. I know for me, I'm a reader, but I also like to listen as I'm driving the car or while I'm putting on my makeup in the morning. I like to just listen to a podcast. That's easier, especially if you're busy and you're running around like crazy. I do a lot of stuff in the car. But really, and like I said, we're going to be talking more about this week, and you're going to get to pick something that you want to focus on for this month. My favorite podcasts are Love Your Podcast. That one is so positive and encouraging, with especially for any kind of health and fitness journey. Run, Selfie, Repeat. She's hilarious. She's really, really funny. I like listening to her. The Charged Life is really encouraging. And then One Extraordinary Marriage. It has nothing to do with fitness or health. But for me, I know a lot of us are married. I think all of us are either engaged or married. That one has just been really positive for me in a different aspect. Like I said, nothing to do with health or fitness, but I like that one a lot too. Books, The Miracle Morning, You Are a Badass, Made to Crave, The Compound Effect, Mind Power. Those are all books that I've personally read that have like totally just rocked my world. And I highly, highly, highly recommend those books. Those are my absolute favorite. So if you're a book reader or if you want to try a book this month, I recommend in that order too. Like those are like my top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, yeah, 5 books. Okay. So we'll be talking more about that this week. Create a workout schedule, pick a program and stick to it. So just raise your hand if you have a program that you're like, okay, this is the one I want to do. Okay, I'm going to unmute you. I want to like unmute you without having to like, okay, unmute all. Perfect. So Brittany, which one are you thinking that you want to try?
I'm thinking the Sean Week.
Yeah.
Or I saw like the collaborative one he does that is with Insanity 30 and stuff like that, different days.
Right. Like it's like a hybrid?
Yeah, it's a hybrid.
Okay, cool.
So I did Sean's week last week and it kicked my butt.
Yeah.
So I was thinking of doing that one.
Yeah, that one's really fun too because it's different every day, which is kind of nice. Like he switches it up a lot. So this is something that you guys, like what I want you to do over this next week, because we don't officially start until next Monday, right? Like this week we're just prepping. So what I want you guys to do is play around with Beachbody On Demand. Play around, do a different workout every day, or kind of like just preview some and like, oh, that looks really fun, or like, I don't like that at all. You know, kind of play around with it. And just kind of see which one you want to choose and stick to. Now there is a way you can do hybrid. It's called it's hybrid. Basically you're just blending. And there's a link that I will share with you guys because it's really cool, because what you can do is go to the special link and just pick different Beachbody On Demand programs and it puts them together. And so you're not like doing an upper body day every day. Like it mixes it up for you, which is kind of nice. I've done that before, but I think what I recommend is I've gotten the best results when I stick to one program and I go do it start to finish. Do you know what I mean? If I'm just kind of hopping around, it's still a good workout, but I see the most results when I just pick a program and I stick to it. So play around with stuff. And if you guys need some extra help, like, oh my God, just tell me a cardio program and I want to do that one. I can recommend some that I've done because I've pretty much tried them all. So I can recommend, if you're still stuck at the end of the week, just reach out to me or just post to the wall and we can chat about what would work best for you. But this kind of goes along the lines of like, creating a workout schedule. So we'll be talking more about this week, but I want you to be thinking about what you want to do, and we're going to be writing it in our calendar. Okay. There's a new workout coming out called Shift Shop, and I get to meet this guy. So I'm going to, if you guys follow me on Instagram stories, you probably think I'm saying, but I'm on Instagram stories all the time, but I'm going to Beachbody Coach Summit tomorrow. I'm going to New Orleans, and like working out with Shaun T live. I'm like, oh, so excited. And, but I'm also going to be doing like this new workout program that they're releasing from Beachbody called Shift Shop. So, if you follow me on Instagram stories, you'll probably see a lot of Summit stuff this week, but I'm excited to kind of share what I'm learning with you guys too. So
cool.
A little bonus. Come on. There we go. Food. Okay. This is the big one. Okay. If you guys, so I take a little bit a different approach to food, just as with my eating psychology background. So we're going to be talking a lot about different aspects of food, like relaxing, breathing, your rhythm. So your biocircadian rhythm, which is kind of a fancy science for like when and what times you eat, the quality of your nutrition. But really when we break it down, it's going to be planning and prepping ahead. So really it's just being prepared and having things on hand. And we're going to be talking a lot more about this food aspect. Is there anyone that's on here live that's thinking about doing the 21-day fix, like meal planning with the portion control containers?
I was thinking about it, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I have lots of resources with that one. And that one's so great, especially if you're kind kind of a newbie and you're starting out, because it just helps like put in perspective your portion sizes. I know that was really helpful for me, and it's not like I still use those today. Like I don't need to use them anymore because I learned what I needed to learn, my portion sizes, and then it also makes sure that you're getting in all your nutrients that you need. Even like pregnant and breastfeeding moms, like you, there's like calorie brackets for you guys because you need to add those extra fats and proteins in. So it's a really great program. And so there's tons and tons of resources for the 21 Day Fix. I will post in the file section a couple of resources too. But if you guys go to your Beachbody On Demand, that's what BOD means. If you guys go to Beachbody On Demand, you will see, if you go to Fixate, it's a cooking show. She has an entire like series on the meal or on the portion control containers. But I'll also post some things in the file section for the 21 Day Fix. And then I have a video that I'm posting this week that talks all about the container systems as well. So you're going to just know that you're going to be getting some more info on the container system as well. Okay. And then everything else I'm going to be kind of teaching, you're going to be learning. Okay. Because I know that food is a biggie for everyone, right? It's like 80% of your results. I still believe that. But we don't want to be so crazy about it that we're like stressing ourselves out, and then there's pointless if you're stressed about it, and then I'm going to stop because I could just go on forever about the topic. I'm going to go on. Okay, so tracking and sharing your results. So this is something that I want you, how will you measure? If you're friends with the scale, you can totally do a scale goal. If you're not friends with the scale, throw it away. Okay, if it drives you insane and you're obsessing and you're on the scale 16 times a day, it's not for you. Okay, measurements. My favorite are progress pictures. If there's one way that you're going to measure progress, I think pictures are the best. Just because it's easy to see. Because sometimes the scale won't even move, guys. I did an entire like 90-day program, and I didn't lose 1 pound, but I like totally leaned out. Like you could totally see my body transform, but my weight didn't change at all. So my favorite thing to do is pictures. And so you're going to be sending me your progress pictures, and could just front to the side and back. And only I'm going to see them, no one else. And so that's just one thing I say is like people regret when they don't keep track, because it's seeing your progress is what's so inspiring and motivating, even if it's just a little bit. And you know, if this totally freaks you out, that's okay too. And we can talk. Like if you need to be like, nah, I can't do that, that's fine. We'll just like do small baby steps, right? But just know that they're for my eyes only, and that it's a really great way to measure your progress. Okay? Because I want you to see results. That's why you're here, right? Okay. Pay it forward. So invite someone to join you in some capacity, like hold them accountable, work out together. They can join our Inside Out Fit community. So this is just something of like you have a friend or a family member that you're like, okay, like even if it's like, hey, come do my workout with me, because it's fun with a buddy, right? And so this is just where I encourage you, like if you feel like there is someone that in your life that's like just maybe feels down and you're like, okay, they could use something like this, like invite them in. Like anyone's welcome, really. And I can have a conversation with someone if you're like, hey, I want you to talk to my coach, I think this could help you. So just know that that's an option for you as well, as for me to support you in that way too. Okay, goals. So these are things I want you to be thinking about over the week. We're going to be due on Sunday. Write down at least 2 to 3 big long-term goals. Some of you guys, we talked about these on the phone. And then 2 to 3 short-term goals. I want you to write them down, like piece of paper, write it out. And we're going to be talking more about this week. So you don't have to do it right now. This is what's coming. Okay. And then by Sunday, they'll be due to my email. Okay. And I'll remind you, don't worry. Okay, success partner. We're going to be talking more about this too, but thinking about like start creeping on people in the group and like who you'd want to be your partner. Not to be like in a weird way, but just like maybe it's like, oh, like, you know, Kylie and Brittany, like, oh, we're going to be partners and we're just going to, this has been so fun, you guys. Like we exchanged phone numbers and like group text and like, hey, how's your eating going today? Did you get your workout in? Like, are you drinking your water? So be like kind of nicely creeping on people. I'm like, ooh, maybe we could be partners. Okay, so start thinking about that. It's not required, but it's just kind of fun just to build community. Okay. Oh, how do I go back? Delete? I don't know how to go back. Oh, okay, hold on. Okay, so this PowerPoint presentation is in a nice, neat document in the file section. So if you joined in late, hey Tani, if you joined in late or if you're watching the recording, all of this, or if you're like, crap, I can't remember what she said about that, it's in the file section, okay? And then the last thing is to give yourself grace. This is a journey and you're right where you're supposed to be, okay? So I think that's probably one of the most important messages that I like to say to you ladies, is that wherever you're at, whatever you're struggling with, whatever's been hard lately, think of it as a lesson that like you're supposed to be learning right now. And right now, you're supposed to be on this call. We're supposed to be working together at this time. I mean, it's so funny. Elena and I literally were in preschool together. Like,
Wow.
what? Like, I have not talked to her since we were like 6 years old, and somehow we found each other in the Instagram world. Like, it's just crazy, you know? I'm like, we all have connections in different way. You know, Robin and I were on swim team together, like when we were like 7. You know, it's just crazy how like the life brings us together. And so I really just want to say I'm so excited for us to all be working together, and it's just going to be fun and encouraging. And I'm thank you guys for hopping on. If you have more questions, just know we're going to be going through each of these things over the week. So you don't have to do anything right now. Just kind of let it sink in and know you're right where you're supposed to be.
Awesome.
Okay? Does anyone have any questions about anything? Like, even if we are going to talk about it later, but any burning, like, oh my God, I need to know like what this is right now, or any other random questions?
No?
I don't think so.
Mm-mm.
No, I don't have.
Cool. Well, if you guys do, feel free. Like, the group is a great way to post it, because I'll probably direct you to the group too. Like, if you have a question for me, I'll say, hey, post that in the group, because that way everyone can see it, right? And because I'm sure someone has that same question. So thank you guys for hopping on. I tried to keep it short and sweet, but I know it was a little bit longer. But thanks for hopping on, guys, and we'll look forward to seeing each other more this week.
Yes.
Okay, sounds
Thank
good.
you.
Bye.
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 Bye.